Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in the book of First Chronicles. We are in chapter 12. It's the warriors join David, so his band starts to expand. So let's jump in. These were the men who came to David at Ziklag. Ziklag, while he was banished from the presence of Saul, son of Kish. They were among the warriors who helped him in battle. They were armed with bows and were able to shoot arrows or sling stones, right-handed or left-handed. And it wasn't like a slingshot, because what we think of in that this ability to do it, that's almost like saying it's a crossbow versus a sling, which they sling takes a lot more accuracy. It's a lot more difficult to sling a sling. So to be able to do that left-handed or right-handed, that's some dexterity right there. They were kinsmen of Saul from the tribe of Benjamin. Ooh, so defectors who'd rather have David. Ahiezer, Ahiezer, their chief, and Joash, the sons of Sheamah, the Gibeathite. So that's up north there. It's Gibeah, right? Jeziel, and Jeziel, and Pelet, Pelet, sons of Azamath. And we just read about down here. Berakah, Brcah, Jehu, the Anathonite, and Ishmaiah, Ishmaiah, the Gibeonite. Mighty men among the 30, who was the leader of the 30. Jeremiah, Jahaziel, Jahazil, Johanan, 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 Jozabad, Jozabad, the Gideonite, Eluzai, Eluzai, Jeremoth, Belaliah, Bealiah, Shamariah, Shemarih, Shephatath, Shephathiah, the Haruphite, Hrupite, Elkanah, Elkana, Isaiah, Isshiah, Azarel, Azarel, Jozer, and Joshabim, the Korathites, Joelah, and Zebediah, the sons of Jeroham of Geder. Some Gadites defected to David at his stronghold in the desert. They were brave warriors, ready for battle, and able to handle the shield and the spear. Their faces were the faces of lions, so very fierce, and they were swift as gazelles in the mountains. Ezer was their chief, Obadiah the second in command, Elab the third, Mishamanah, Mishmanah, the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Attaiah, Attai, the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad, Elzabad, the ninth, Jeremiah the 10th, and Mechabaniah, Maca, like Mac, Bannai, Mechabaniah the 11th. These Gadites were army commanders. The least was a match for 100, and the greatest for 1,000. It was they who crossed the Jordan in the first month, when it was overflowing all its banks, and they put it to flight anyone living in the valleys, to the east and to the west. Other Benjaminites and some men from Judah also came to David in his stronghold. David went out to meet them and said to them, "If you have come to see me in peace to help me, I am ready to have you unite with me. But if you have come to betray me to my enemies, when my hands are free of violence, may the gods of our fathers see it and judge you." Then the Spirit came upon Amasai, Amasai, chief of the 30, and he said, "We are yours, O David. We are with you, O son of Jesse. Success to you, and success to those who help you, for your God will help you." So David received them and made them the leaders of his raiding bands. Some of the men of Manasseh defected to David when he went with the Philistines to fight against Saul. He and his men did not help the Philistines because after consultation, their rulers sent him away. They said, "It will cost us our heads if he deserts us to his master Saul." When David went to Ziklag, these were the men of Manasseh who defected to him when they saw he wasn't going to fight Israel: Adonah, Adnah, Jozabad, Jozbad, Jedidiel, Jedi, like Jedi, Ael, Michael, and 1,000. So 2 Jozabads, Elihu, Elihu, Zilithiah, Zillethai, leaders of units of thousands in Manasseh. They helped David against raiding bands, for all of them were brave warriors, and they were commanders in his army. Day after day, men came to help David until he had a great army like the army of God. You got a footnote of A, or a great and mighty army. Others joined David at Hebron. These were the numbers of the men armed for battle who came to David at Hebron to turn Saul's kingdom over to him, as the Lord had said. Men of Judah carrying shield and spear, 6,800 armed for battle. Men of Simeon, warriors ready for battle, 7,100. Men of Levi, 4,600, including Jehoiada, leader of the family of Aaron, with 3,700 men, and Zadok, a brave young warrior with 22 officers from his family. Men of Benjamin, Saul's kinsmen, 3,000, most of who had remained loyal to Saul's house until then. Men of Ephraim, brave warriors, famous in their own clan, 20,800. Men of the half-tribe of Manasseh, designated by name to come and make David king, 18,000. Men of Issachar, who understood the times and knew that what Israel should do, 200 chiefs with all their relatives under their command. Men of Zebulun, experienced soldiers prepared for battle with every type of weapon to help David with undivided loyalty. 50,000. Men of Naphtali, 1,000 officers, together with 37,000 men carrying shields and spears. Wow. Men of Dan ready for battle, 28,600. So, that says to me that, the tribes east of the Jordan just, at some point, was like, yeah, we're done with Saul, and entirely defected to David. Because these are, when they do the roll calls for entire tribe fighting men numbers. These numbers are so high. Men of Dan ready for battle, 28,600. Men of Asher, experienced soldiers prepared for battle, 40,000. Men from the east of the Jordan, men of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, armed with every type of weapon, 120,000. So that's that entire area. Their whole army force, just abandoning Saul all at once. Okay? All these were fighting men who volunteered to serve in the ranks. They came to Hebron fully determined to make David king over all Israel. All the rest of the Israelites were also of one mind to make David king. The men spent 3 days there with David, eating and drinking, for their families had supplied provisions for them. Also, their neighbors from far away, as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali, came bringing food on donkeys, camels, mules, and oxen. There were plentiful supplies of flour, fig cakes, raisin cakes, wine, oil, cattle, sheep, for the joy in Israel, for there was joy in Israel. So it was a celebration, a planned party that they came and pulled all together to rally around who they were feeling was their one true king. Yep, that's definitely a kind of story you want to tell people when you're in diaspora, where everybody is scattered and you're nowhere near your homeland, right? Isn't that just a thing that's supposed to make you feel hopeful? One day, a king will rise up and you too will be safe. That's what they were saying. Because that's what you need in times of trouble. We have superhero movies now. That's what we do.